Okay, so now I'm gonna run. A warm welcome back to the channel, people, and a huge thank you to RunCam. RunCam, I have to apologise to, like I've been doing with some other companies, because they sent me this I would say about 2 or 3 months ago, but I was going through stuff and they were just very patient, so I thank you very much. Now, despite what you're seeing on the screen right there, this isn't the 4K version, this is your full HD version, but there are different variants to this cam. Now, they did give me an option, there was about 3 to choose from, and I went for this one, right in the middle. So if you look on the side of the box, you can see that it says it's a 25mm lens. And the reason why I went for this particular one is because I'm a CQB kind of guy. So there's your clue, and I'll go into that very shortly. But first of all, the first thing you're greeted with is your instruction manual or your user manual. And yes, it's in English. Now, just in case you're wondering, this is the home page for the app, okay? It's not a website as such, it's their app. Now, naturally, they're going to be promoting their 4K version because that's one of their latest ones, as well as this is one of their latest ones also. But yeah, when we get to it, I'll connect the camera. So in the box, you also get a USB cable, and what I like, I am so glad that companies are finally moving away from that mini USB thing and now doing the USB-C. And of course, you get the camera itself. And what I love about this straight away, it's metal. The entire thing is metal. So hopefully that means it's going to be nice and durable. And there's another great feature on this, especially for you airsofters, because you know, often whenever I do scopes and cameras and things like that on this channel, one of the #1 questions I get is, what happens if a BB hits the lens? Well, according to the manufacturers, this has a 3rd generation Gorilla lens. Do you know, whenever you see the word gorilla or associate that with any product, you think of strong, think of glue. Well, now think of lens. So let me take you around this briefly, then we're going to test it outside, of course, without carrying an Airsoft product. You know what I'm talking about. And yeah, so on the top, this is what I love. The simplicity of this is truly epic. I mean, look, 2 buttons on the top. In fact, one's not even a button, one's a slidey switch, okay? That's it. That's all you've got to worry about. And guess what? When you're using this out in the field, you don't even have to worry about one of them. You only worry about this right here, because this, all you have to do is push this switch forward, it's on and it's recording. Pull it back, it's off and it's not recording. How simpler could this be? You know, with other cameras, you got to turn it on, then you got to set this, and then you've got to, you know, start the record button, which possibly could be a button that does things for other modes in that camera. Not with this, no. It's either on recording or off not recording. Bob's your uncle. What more could you want? Now, this button right here is your Wi-Fi button. And we don't even need to bother with that until I have the app up and running. So at the rear of the unit, you've got your USB-C socket, and behind here is where you slot your micro SD card. So come on, let's do that now. And let me just tell you, the actual label of your SD card needs to be facing down. The readable side, you know, with your little metal contacts, that's got to be facing upwards. So, and as always with these sort of card reader sockets, it's spring loaded. So we just push it in until it stays in place. And then we just cover up this nice little rubber cover. Now, it's good that it's got this rubber cover because this thing boasts IP64 protection. So keeping it real, that basically means if it's raining, if there's water splashing on it, it will be fine. However, it doesn't mean you can play Airsoft underwater, so you don't submerge this in water. I mean, who plays Airsoft underwater? So let's mount this thing, and right here you can see there's a handy little screw that makes it ever so easy to mount it. So I've loosened the screw, so that allows me to widen that section right here, and I simply pop it on my platform of choice, and then you just tighten it up. But because I'm a CQB kind of guy, I went for the 25mm version. But all is not lost if you went for this and then decided, oh, I'd prefer some really long range close-up stuff. You can actually swap the lens out. That will be for part 2. So you don't need to get a completely new unit. You can literally just buy the lens. So apart from your 25mm lens, you've got a 40mm lens, and guess what? You've got a widescreen 3.6mm lens. Okay, so I'm going to keep it on this scope because it makes it easier for me to hold it and to show it to you. So let's turn it on. Again, simplicity is everything with this platform. So now it's on. You've got your little indicator there, but you also have your flashing red light. You might not be able to pick it up because of the studio light. Hold on. There you go, that's better. You can see that's flashing there. This thing is now recording. And you know, I've not even set it up with the app yet because you don't need to if you don't want to. And also let me show you the rear. There's another little red flashing light indicating it's recording. But you're thinking, isn't that a bit of a giveaway? Let's say you're camped somewhere. Well, you can actually disable that top light. This is where the app comes into play. Right now, to connect your camera to your phone or your tablet, you've got to select the correct camera. Now, what you need to do right here, there's a little drop-down list. If you leave it on the wrong camera, it won't connect. And that was my error earlier on. Details. Now, if you look here, not only are they displaying their latest 4K RunCam, but it gives you an option to choose your correct camera. Now, if I move it up, you will see that my actual camera is listed there, and there it is, the RunCam Scope Cam 2. And all I have to do now is just turn it on. Very firm switch. I like that, so you're not going to easily turn it on or off, okay? Now you need to press and hold this Wi-Fi button. You will feel when it's ready because it will vibrate. It's just done that. It is now waiting for a connection to your phone, or in my case, the tablet. So all I have to do now is tap connect your camera, and you're going to get all the different Wi-Fi signals coming up. But what you're looking for is anything that starts with RC. So that's RunCam. And I can see it here already. So I tap that. It's now checking the quality of the connection. It's now ready, so all I have to do now is go back to the app. And look, straight away it connects. So not only do you have your different functions up there, all the different things you can do with your camera, you've also got a live feed with whatever the camera is seeing. Now, if you're wondering why is it blurry, why isn't it pin sharp? Well, it's a zoom cam. So whatever it's looking at over there is too close for it to focus. But to prove to you that it is live, it's a live feed, I'm going to move it and watch the image move there. So you see that? Straight away it's moving. Awesome. And don't worry, I'll be going outside shortly just to show you what this zoom cam is capable of. But like I said before, look, all these different functions you've got here to set your camera up exactly how you want it. And here, look, there's even more settings here. Absolutely awesome. And remember, you can disable that recording light on the top. I tell you what, let me jump in the car. Let me show you this thing in action. I won't be in the car filming. I'll just go to a different location to this place. And yeah. Ooh, I love a field test. Now, I'm here. What you're looking at is a standard camera with no zoom, okay? Over there, there's a bridge, and believe it or not, to the right, there's a little grey shed. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch to the RunCam Scope Cam 2. Now, this is a powerful zoom camera. And it's not even their most powerful. This is just the 25mm one. Remember, they do a 40mm one too. So check this, remember that bridge? And you see that little shed that you can't see right now? Here's the RunCam. And look, I'm still standing next to that same tree. I haven't moved. And look, over there. There on the right hand side is that shed I was talking about. And look, there's that bridge. Look how much closer it is compared to the other camera that wasn't zoomed. This is the RunCam Scope Cam 2. But fair warning, because it's a zoom camera, if you film and run, I tell you what, let me just show you. Okay, so now I'm gonna run. Okay, I'm back. Do you see what I'm saying though? Although this isn't the super powerful 40mm one that RunCam does, remember that's an option, this is the 25mm one. This one itself, as you just saw, is very powerful anyway with the zoom. So even though I said, yeah, I'm a CQB type of guy, this may still be too powerful, which is why the 3.6mm one could be more suitable for your needs. But right now, as it is, this is awesome. Again, putting this on the primary CQB, as long as the CQB place is of a decent size, you know, somewhere where you could swing a cat, this would be perfect. Oh, and just in case you're wondering, yes, this is how you would normally mount the camera. However, you can still mount it this way, even though it looks like it's upside down. That is where the app comes into play. So there you go, people. This is the RunCam Scope Cam 2. That was part 1. There's gonna be a part 2 because RunCam are sending me the 40mm version, not the whole camera, just the lens, so I can show you how to swap it out. So you don't need to buy a whole new camera if you think the 25mm is too powerful for your needs. Or you may want to use it on one day, but you may want to use the 3.6 or the 40mm. You can swap the lens. But that's part 2. So until then, or until the next video where I've got something very tasty, I'll catch you next time, and thanks for watching. Once again, thank you to all my viewers, my subscribers, and most of all, my channel VIP members, level 1, 2, and 3. Oh, I tell you what though, it would have been nice if they had a nice little rubber cover for that USB socket too. Suppose I could use one of those magnetic USB plug things. And I love that you can just recharge the unit without having to take any batteries out. But there is the downside. When the battery goes dead, you can't use the camera unless you charge it again. You can't swap the battery out. So it's got its pros and cons. But yeah, we'll go into more of that in part 2.